Hello and welcome to Bachmann Europe. 3 years ago we aired our very first British Railway announcements video, and since then we've come a long way. Our announcements become broader every time, and there have been many surprises with each quarterly instalment. As more and more of you keep coming back to watch these videos, we would like to thank everyone for tuning in. It really is our privilege to have you along for the journey as we deliver this, our Autumn 2023 British Railway announcements. So sit back and enjoy what we've got in store for you today. Let's start by looking at our new arrivals during the last quarter, and when it comes to the 00 scale steam fleet, these have been dominated by the BR Standard Class 9F. No fewer than 6 new 9Fs have been released, all with sound fitted options too. Subjects include 2 preserved locomotives, number 92212, and the sole surviving single chimney example, number 92134. Our newest Bachmann branch line steam locomotive, the North Eastern Railway O-Class tank engines, or G5s as they were later known, have also arrived, and 8 models are available now exclusively from the Model Centre. Class 37s have also been lighting up the arrivals board, with 2 new BR Green liveried models now available, along with a classic BR Blue example and St Margaret in the so-called Dutch livery of grey and yellow used on the engineers fleet. 3 further models depict British International Freight Association in rail freight triple grey with distribution sector markings, Dunray in engineers grey, and refurbished Class 37-4 number 37414 Cathay's C&W Works 1846 to 1993 in the stunning Regional Railways livery. The colours of Colas Rail adorn Class 37 number 37175, as well as a new release of the Class 70 locomotive as number 70811. The branch line coach range has seen the arrival of the final bullied coaches with a trio depicting L-set number 790 in SR Malachite green livery, whilst the new tooling MXA lobster wagons have also arrived in the vibrant red of DB Cargo. N-Scale and the Graham Farish range has seen the lion's share of new arrivals in recent months, starting with 2 new Class 20s, River Sheaf and Redmire. Both depict locomotives running during the 1980s in the non-standard liveries which their home depots of Tinsley and Thornaby respectively applied to a small pool of machines. A raft of new BR Mark I coaches have been released with types such as the Second Corridor, Taurus Second Open and Composite Corridor released in liveries such as Crimson and Cream, BR Maroon, West Coast Railways Maroon, Blue and Grey and Chocolate and Cream. In many cases multiple running numbers are available. Many wagons have also been released with multiple running numbers, including the 27-ton steel tipplers, the 16-ton minerals and the merry-go-round hoppers, namely HAAs, HCAs and HFAs, each in various liveries and some with a weathered finish. There have also been new releases of the bogie bolster wagons, HKA bogie hoppers and the C-Line bogie hoppers, which return in several colourful liveries. Finally for now, the 45-ton TTA tank wagons have been released this quarter in 4 livery options, each with a choice of 2 running numbers. The start of July saw the launch of our new annual membership wagon for the Bachmann Collectors Club, with the new wagon issued to all members joining or renewing from the 1st of July. For the N and 00 scale membership options, this year we have a conflat wagon and container with Patton's Flare with Cortel markings. Whilst for 009 scale members we have introduced our first club exclusive 009 membership wagon, which is based on the Trekken RNAD factory breakdown van. Following member feedback, we have also introduced a new dual scale membership option for those who wish to obtain both the 00 and 009 scale wagons. Sticking with 009 scale, and we are delighted to unveil our new Bachmann Collectors Club limited edition model for autumn 2023. Following the success of Linda, Blanche and Charles in their original Penryn Quarry Railway form, it's finally time to unveil Linda as a 240 saddle tank with tender. Not only has Linda gained a set of pony wheels, but for this release we've gone all out and added a stovepipe chimney and a tender equipped for oil firing. The stunning midnight blue colour scheme, edged in black with white lining, was applied to Linda in 1990 and was carried into the mid-90s during a period when all Festiniog locomotives were fuelled by oil. The stunning livery adorns the award-winning Bachmann narrow gauge model, which is also available with sound fitted. Both standard and sound fitted models feature firebox lighting, a pre-fitted speaker, NEM coupling pockets, Next 18 DCC interface, and are supplied with etched name and works plates. Sound-fitted models are pre-fitted with a Zemo sound decoder, allowing sounds to be operated on both analog and DCC straight from the box. In recognition of our members' loyalty to the Bachmann Collectors Club, the new Club Limited Edition models will be sold at 10% below the RRP for an equivalent main range model. Our final club news for today is by way of a reminder that the 2023 Members' Day takes place at the North Norfolk Railway on Saturday the 2nd of September. A limited number of tickets are still available for this free day out, so don't delay in booking your ticket for what is set to be another great day out with friends new and old. It's not just the annual Members' Day that our events team have to look forward to, as they are back on the road this weekend at the Shrewsbury Ness Model Railway Club's annual exhibition. A week later, we'll be attending the Northampton District Model Railway exhibition, followed by the International Engage Show in September. In mid-September, we'll be invited to attend the 009 Society's 50th anniversary event at the Statfold Barn Railway, which promises to be a wonderful day out for any narrow gauge enthusiast. Whilst the start of October sees our return to Folkestone for the annual exhibition of the Folkestone, Hythe and District Model Railway Club. Finally, at the end of October, we'll be heading to the British Motor Museum at Gaydon for the Great British Model Railway Show. Well, now it's time to see what we've got new in store for you this autumn. So let's start with EFE Rail. We first unveiled the EFE Rail range in our autumn 2020 British Railway announcements, the very first video presentation that we brought to you. And since then we've brought lots of exciting new models through the EFE Rail range to you, our customers and consumers. And today we've got even more to share with you. And for that I'm joined by Graham Muspratt. Hello Graham, thanks for joining me. Graham is Development Manager for Kernow Model Rail Centre, who have conceived many of the products that have been brought out via the EFE Rail range. As a lifelong Southern Railway enthusiast, Graham, I think you're well placed to talk about certain models in front of us today.
Indeed, yes.
And others that you obviously are quite well aware of their development. So where should we start?
Well, DEMU show, we had the surprise announcement of the Newton Chambers car carriers, which is something that we've been developing for quite some time now. So there were 14 of the Newton Chambers car carriers built by Newtons and Chambers between 1960 and 1961. Initially introduced in maroon livery with Eastern Region car transporter on the side, and they ran between King's Cross and Perth on overnight sleeper trains as well. Quite unique in their design, 60 foot long over the headstocks with a unique 6 foot 9 inch bogie and a fiberglass body on a steel chassis. And these could contain 6 cars on 2 decks with lifts inside them. And then they later on became into blue and grey livery and were seen quite widely across the network, and were subsequently fitted with ETH through piping and also dual braked in their later lives. So their tops designation changed at that time as well.
The bogies are really a work of art, Graham, aren't they? They're packed full of a lot of relief detail. You've got the brake gear under there. All the components of the real bogie have been replicated in miniature.
Yes, we worked off the original drawings for the original bogies, so that has, as you say, all the brake rigging, it has all the safety loops and so forth in detail underneath.
Yeah. And we've got 2 different ends designating the air brake and the original non-air brake, with obviously the ETH added as well.
Indeed.
Those dual braking. So some nice variations in the models. And there's going to be 8 versions available. 4 in BR Maroon and 4 in the blue and grey colour scheme. Those 2 will be pristine and 2 will be weathered, so plenty to choose from amongst the car carriers there, and we look forward to those arriving in stores later in the year.
Indeed, yes, they're in production at the moment.
So next up we've got these wonderful coach sets, and these relate to an earlier product from EFE Rail, really, don't they, Graham?
That's right, so the 3 coach LSWR cross-country sets were released last year. And the prototype sets were built between 1906 and 1910 as originally 4-car sets, and they had an additional composite in, which was later changed to a all-third coach. Didn't actually change the design of the coach, just rebranded the outside. So they ran as 4-coach sets up until sort of the mid to late 1930s. So having already released the 3-coach sets in Malachite Green, BR Crimson and BR Southern Region Green, we've now released them in LSWR Salmon and Brown, and Southern Railway lined green, and so these now complete effectively the entire range of these coaches right the way through from their LSWR days through to late BR days when they were withdrawn.
So these give you the choice of from as built right through to withdrawal. We've got liveries covering all the eras now.
Indeed.
And these were obviously new tooling for the EFE rail range when the 3 car sets came out.
That's correct. So although some of the background to the coach was utilising the gate stock components, so some of the bogies and some of the chassis components are shared between that and the gate stock, all the bodies and the detailing on the chassis is completely new tooling. And with these 4 coach sets, we introduce yet another 4th coach, or a 3rd tool for the coach, with the all third stroke composite, and that complements the existing 3 coach sets that we've released.
And I mean, striking liveries, this salmon and brown, really eye-catching.
That's right. And with pre-grouping liveries becoming more and more popular, so it made sense to do this and also the lined SR olive green livery as well, for the early 1930s modelers.
Yeah, fantastic pair of coach packs, and they'll be in shops during August. So really sticking with the pre-grouping theme, Graham, and even the LSWR, we've got some lovely wagons in front of us now.
Yes, so we've created tooling for what effectively covers the London South Western Railway's covered vans from 1885 right the way through to 1922. So the early covered vans by the London South Western Railway are very characterful. They've got outside framing, they've got sliding doors, and over 1,000 of the Diagram 1410 van was produced during that time. And these had a number of variations, so different brake styles ranging from Morton clutch brakes, single-sided brakes, the SR Freighter double-sided brake style, through to lift link brakes. And our tooling suite allows for all those potential combinations. So starting with the LSWR livery van here, this is a Diagram 1410 with Morton clutch brakes, and 10 vans were built by the London South Western Railway specifically for the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway, and that's the grey road van in the middle, and that's identifiable because it had only single-sided brakes and no vents at the end.
Amazing that they use the same diagram number, really, for something that's quite different.
Indeed, and actually those 10 vans were later brought back into London South Western ownership, and they put the vents on the end and changed the brakes to make them more like the rest of the diagram.
That's quite satisfying.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
And then we see the early Southern Railway livery, the pre-1936 livery.
With the larger lettering, the larger numerals.
That's correct, yes. And then in early 1912, they increased the height of the body of the van by 7 inches, so a whole 2 millimetres in 4mm scale. And this is the Diagram 1406 vans that you see at the front, on the right-hand side there. And these had lift link brakes. And then later on that year, in 1912, they did away with the sliding doors and replaced it with a 3-part hinged door. And because these were hinged doors, not sliding doors on the outside of the body, they could actually make the overall width of the body wider. Okay. So the van not only was increased in height, but also now in internal width as well, so it could carry more. And there were over 1,000 of the Diagram 1410 vans alone built, and another 300 to 400 of the further diagrams from 1912 onwards built.
So quite a fleet, and obviously we've got 6 examples here. But from what you told us, there's a lot of tooling still to be explored and exploited to
There's
make
many
different combinations, different liveries in the future.
There are many livery options and tooling combinations that we can produce in the future with different brakes. We've got 3 different buffer types, for example, and so on.
Great.
And the later Diagram 1408 vans have also had a difference between flush roof and overhanging roof as well, and again our tooling allows that. So essentially we've got 4 different bodies and different chassis combinations, different brakes, different buffers.
Super, lovely stuff. So that's all our 00 models covered for today, Graham, really. And then we've got something in front of us here for N scale, which is people know as the J94, the WD Austerity saddle tank, and something that a lot of people have been asking for.
So the Austerity from Hunslet, over 800 of them were built between 1943 and 1964, primarily as a War Department shunting locomotive. The London North Eastern Railway first purchased one in 1946 and then purchased another 70 odd, and were given the class J94. And there are a number of these locomotives in preservation. There are 2 of the XL and the R ones in preservation, and over 70 industrial stroke XWD ones in preservation, some of which are masquerading as L and R locomotives. And just like their larger brothers that we've already released in 00 gauge, we've included a number of tooling options with different cabs, different bunkers. You've got different footstep arrangements. We've got different handrail and boiler pipework arrangements, smoke box doors, 2 different chimneys. So we can produce again a full suite of different versions to suit over time.
And these went everywhere after the war, didn't they? Ended up with all sorts of private owners. We've got National Coal Board, Manchester Ship Canal here.
Yeah, we've got the Wems Railway.
Exactly.
And
a lot of them were steaming after the end of BR steam, weren't they?
Very much so. I mean, National Coal Board ones were still in service in the early 70s. So a wide operating range, and now nearly every preserved line has got at least one of them. So
there could well be something here for the diesel modeler as well. You don't have to be modelling the steam period to justify one of these.
No, that's right, with that long working life. Very colourful. You see the first 6 here that we've produced, and say we think they're going to be popular, just like the OO versions were.
Yeah, and they've got a DCC interface in there using the micro 6-pin decoder.
That's correct.
NEM
Yes.
coupling pockets, so all of the features that people have come to expect of a modern N locomotive, all packed into that wonderful little package.
Indeed, yes.
Well, a great selection of models for autumn 2023 from EFE Rail, Graham.
Indeed, and it's good to see the range expanding.
Certainly is. Thank you very much for coming and telling us a bit more about each of the new products.
That's a pleasure.
And we'll look forward to more EFE Rail products in future British Railway announcements.
Very much so.
Let's look at our new models in detail, starting with the Newton Chambers car carriers. And 4 models will be available in BR Maroon livery with Eastern Region Car Transporter lettering on either side. 2 models will have a pristine finish, whilst the second pair will be weathered. Completing the lineup are 4 models in blue and grey livery. These depict the car carriers after they had been fitted with air brakes and through fitted for electric train heating. Again, 2 models carry a pristine finish and 2 will be weathered. The 00 scale diagram 1410 ventilated van is offered in original LSWR brown livery as number 11111 and in SR brown with the larger pre-1936 lettering and numbered 42679. Diagram 1410 also covered this non-ventilated van built for the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway and finished in their grey livery as number 1213. 2 diagram 1406 vent vans depict number 42232 in SR brown with smaller post-1936 lettering, and in BR grey we have S43405. Finally, a diagram 1408 van carries the earlier style of SR brown livery and the number 44366. Sticking with the LSWR, and the new 4-coach cross-country coach packs have been produced in original LSWR salmon and brown livery as set number 63. Set number 134, on the other hand, carries Southern Railway Maunsell green livery. Finally, for 00 scale, a further version of the popular Class 143 DMU is available in pristine GWR green livery. Depicting number 143603, the model has destination blinds for Exmouth and Paignton. For N scale, the War Department Austerity saddle tank will be released in 6 liveries. Known to many as J94s, this classification was given by the LNER to the locomotives that it purchased from the War Department, and 2 J94s feature, with 68075 in BR Black Lakecrest livery. The second J94 is number 68043, which carries BR Black and early emblems. 2 National Coal Board locomotives are next, with number 12 from National Coal Board Kent in lime blue livery, and Amazon in National Coal Board lined green. Our final duo depict Manchester Ship Canal number 85 in lined grey livery, and Weems Primate Railway number 15 in brown. Now it's time to look at the new additions to our Scenecraft range of buildings, structures and accessories. Every Scenecraft model is a finely detailed, handcrafted masterpiece that is ready to place on your layout or diorama straight from the box. And for N-scale this autumn, we have 2 new models of the Stone Goods Shed, based on a structure found at Shillingston on the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway. The model returns to the range in its original green colour scheme, and for the first time is also available with red woodwork and guttering. In 00 scale, Shillingstone Goods Shed also returns to the range and is available in the same colour schemes of either red or green woodwork and ironwork. The S&DJR theme continues as we present this brick station, based on a structure found at Burnham-on-Sea, and to complete the look, we've made the train shed to match. The two models are available in a green and cream colour scheme, whilst an alternative option is this pairing with chocolate and cream paintwork. We move to the Great Central next, and complementing the timber signal box released during the summer, we have this wooden lamp hut, which is available in green, as it can currently be found alongside Rothay Cabin on the preserved Great Central Railway, or in maroon and cream. Further signalling needs are met with this platform-mounted signal box, which draws some inspiration from Weybourne on the North Norfolk Railway, and it certainly looks the part in this brown and cream colour scheme. The model is also offered with green and cream paintwork. The Shunter's hut has more of a contemporary feel to it, and this model is available with white doors and fascias, or with these features painted blue. Another building to add a contemporary feel to your layout or diorama is this fire station, whilst the low relief raised office is available with blue paintwork as Enterprise House, or as the green offices of W.C. Boggs & Son. Following the new low relief terrace houses last time round, we are delighted to present these rear of terraces. Also in low relief, two models have a right hand door which is painted either white or yellow, whilst the second pair has left hand doors painted either blue or green. The final addition to the low relief lineup is this alleyway, suited in particular for use with our low relief front terrace houses, item number 44202. We have new tooling for the Bachmann narrow gauge range this autumn, and for this we turn our attention to the Dinoric Quarry. Once the world's second largest slate quarry, vast narrow gauge railway networks were employed to move materials around the quarry. Dinoric had countless four-wheel wagons built to its own design, and two of these form the subject of our new Bachmann narrow gauge 009 scale models. The flatbed wagons were used to transport slabs of slate and other large, bulky items, and two triple wagon packs will be offered, one decorated in grey livery, and the other in red, where each of the three wagons carries a name. To carry finished slates, many of the wagons were built with side and end railings, and again two triple wagon packs are offered, in grey or in red. The latter is marked with tear weights only, whilst both packs include dressed slate loads. These wagons would have been hauled by Quarry Hunslet locomotives, and indeed Holy War, the most recent Quarry Hunslet produced in 009 scale by Bachmann narrow gauge, spent its working life at Dinoric Quarry, hauling wagons just like these. Holy War now calls the Ballalate Railway home, and the Bachmann narrow gauge model is available now, exclusively from the Ballalate Railway shop. One final addition to our Scenecraft range, and one that we didn't mention before now so as not to give the game away, is this pack of 4 Dinoric wagon slate loads. We have new developments for two award-winning Bachmann branchline models today, and the first of these is the BR Standard Class 9F. Following the arrival of no fewer than 6 new and upgraded 9Fs earlier this year, we are delighted to fulfil the wishes of many by presenting these Tyne Dock locomotives. In 1956, 10 standard 9Fs were fitted with a pair of Westinghouse air pumps to work iron ore trains between Tyne Dock and Consett. 56-ton bogie wagons had been built specifically for this service, and these had air-operated doors which allow for quick unloading at Consett. It was these doors that the Westinghouse pumps operated. The 9Fs lasted some 10 years on these services before withdrawal, and we have produced two typically grubby machines for you with numbers 92060 and 92097, both in a weathered rendition of the BR Black Lake Crest livery. Each model benefits from the recent upgrades to sport a Plux22 DCC interface and a pre-fitted speaker. Sound-fitted models are also available, which are fitted with the ESU V5 DCC sound decoder, loaded with a bespoke sound project which has been produced specially for these Westinghouse air pump fitted locomotives. Our next award winner has had a more drastic makeover, as we've quite literally refurbished the SEP electric multiple unit. With new body shells to incorporate the changes made during refurbishment, most notably the change from sliding window ventilators to hopper ventilators and the relocation of the guards compartment, our first release depicts a 3-SEP, class 411/9. Decorated in Southwest Trains livery, unit number 1199 is fitted with high-intensity headlights at each end. Our second model portrays a class 422/7 4-TEP, which is finished in BR blue and grey livery as set number 2703. The TEPs were formed from 3 refurbished SEP vehicles and a BEP buffet car, giving a distinctive contrast between the refurbished vehicles and their hopper windows and the original buffet vehicle, which retained its sliding ventilators. The units were formed to provide catering capacity, whilst 4 big units were being refurbished. Both the SEP and TEP models feature interior and end lighting, with a 21-pin DCC decoder socket employed, along with a conductive coupling system between vehicles so that only one decoder is required for DCC. A sound-fitted version of each is also available. Staying with multiple units, and it's time to reveal more Class 158 DMUs. Arguably the most successful of the second generation DMUs, all but one of these Sprinter units remains in service today, and it is the current scene where we shall start with number 158839 in Transport for Wales livery. 158844 is next, and this 2-car unit carries Northern livery. South West Trains colours feature for a second time this autumn. This time it's the more contemporary Sweeping Lines livery which adorns 158884. Finally, you can't miss the vibrant green livery of Central Trains as carried by set number 158856. As you would expect, all models are available with sound fitted in addition to the standard non-sound versions. Class 37s have been arriving regularly in recent months, and today we have 2 new tractors to share with you. Both models carry a large BR bodyside logo, and first is Class 37O number 37371. Built by English Electric, the centre head co-panels have been plated and fitted with marker lights, and this loco also sports a high-intensity headlight, headboard clips, oval buffers, and has had its buffer beam valances removed. The lack of steam heating capability is evidenced by the blanked boiler port, plated bodyside steps and sealed water filler door, whilst the water tank has been converted to a fuel tank and its gauges plated over. Running on fabricated bogies, the original speedo drive is fitted at the number 2 end. Our second example carries the beloved large logo blue livery and depicts another English Electric built 370, this time 37260 Radio Highland. Again sporting plated centre head co-panels fitted with marker lights, above which the distinctive Scottish fitted car headlight is present, Radio Highland has lost its buffer beam valances and is fitted with oleo buffers. Long vertical handrails are fitted at the corner of each nose. The bodyside steps have been plated over and the water filler door sealed, but the boiler port on the roof remains open and safety valves are present. The original fuel and water tanks are still in place, complete with water filler. Sporting a pair of cast bogies, Radio Highland is also fitted with its original speedo drive at the number 2 end. Extra nameplates are included. As ever with our new Class 37s, both models will be available in standard format, sound fitted with a Zemo DCC sound decoder pre-fitted, or in sound fitted deluxe format with the addition of a motorised roof fan and a tinted windscreen glazing. For the 00 scale rolling stock fleet, we welcome back the BR Mark I Suburban coaches, which will be in stores this August. These 57-foot vehicles operated intensive services between cities and the suburbs, and today we have new models in 3 different liveries. In BR Crimson livery there are 3 vehicles, a Suburban Second, a Suburban Composite and a Suburban Break Second. All depict Midland Region coaches with their M prefix running numbers. With Western Region W numbers, we have a trio of coaches in lime maroon livery. These are a Suburban Second, a Suburban Composite and a Suburban Break Second. Our final set carries BR Blue livery and Eastern Region E numbers, with 2 Suburban Seconds joined by a Suburban Break Second. When it comes to fitting your own DCC decoders to your models, Bachmann decoders have long been trusted to deliver the performance and features that our consumers demand. To achieve this, we work with the best suppliers, sourcing our decoders from Zemo and ESU. Sadly, both suppliers have been affected by global component shortages, but the good news is that our new 8-pin and 21-pin decoders, produced in partnership with ESU that were announced earlier this year, are now on course to arrive in the next 2 months. Today we also have new Next 18 and Plus 22 decoders to share with you. These are produced by Zemo and use their MN series decoders. New decoders developed to overcome component shortages whilst not compromising on the quality and features for which Zemo decoders are renowned. Again, due to arrive in the next 2 months, all of these decoders can be used in models for which their previous iterations were recommended. For example, if we recommended using a 36570 decoder in a particular model, our new decoder, item number 36570B, provides the most suitable replacement. Train sets are a traditional entry point into the wonderful world of model railways for most of us. Indeed, I remember buying my first Graham Farish train set and the delight of taking it home from the model shop. And today we have new train sets for Graham Farish N scale for autumn 2023. First up, we have the Western Rambler train set. This contains a pannier tank and 3 wagons, perfect for recreating a Great Western branch line scene. Next is the Suburban Sulzer. With the Class 24 and 2 Suburban Mark 1 coaches, this train set brings back commuter vibes for those travelling in and out of London and other big cities. Next we have the Thanet Flyer. Recreating summertime seaside trains, we have the Southern Railway N-Class and the 2 Bully coaches in the very vibrant malachite green livery. And finally, for the heavy freight lover, we have Moving Mountains with a BR Class 60 and 6 Redland PGA wagons. A special feature for these 2 train sets, the Thanet Flyer and Moving Mountains, is that they'll be available with sound fitted or without sound fitted. So our sound fitted train sets will have a locomotive which is fitted with a DCC sound decoder and an analogue controller, really highlighting the benefits that analogue users can get from our sound fitted locomotives. Obviously, if you wish to move on in your model railway hobby and move to DCC, then those locomotives will be ready for use on DCC, where the full sound effects suite can be enjoyed. Both sets will also be available without sound fitted, so in standard format, and very much like our other 2 sets, the Western Rambler and the Suburban Sulzer, each will come with an oval of track, an analogue Bachmann controller in Graham Farish colours, and an instruction leaflet to get you up and running in no time at all. The award-winning Class 90 electric locomotive got you all talking when we unveiled these stunning new models 12 months ago, and today we have another round of releases for you. First is number 90006 High Sheriff in Intercity Swallow livery. Next is a Class 90/1, and we have 9139 which carries Rail Freight Distribution Sector livery. Another namer next in the form of 90017 Rail Express Systems Quality Assured, which unsurprisingly is decorated in Rail Express Systems livery. The Virgin Trains livery returns on 90002 Mission Impossible, whilst the colourful orange, black and yellow scheme of Freightliner G&W adorns number 90048. All 5 models are fitted with posable pantographs and feature directional lighting, plus cab lights when used on DCC, and each version is available in sound fitted format, which comes with a pre-installed ESU V5 DCC sound decoder. A sound-fitted upgrade to the Class 14 diesel shunters was announced several years ago, and with this undertaking now complete, we can reveal 2 more sound-fitted models which will join the previously announced versions arriving this autumn. Number D2/9531 carries the orange and black livery of British Oak, whilst number D9523 is finished in the preservation scheme of BR Maroon, an attractive livery indeed on this teddy bear. Both models have already been announced in non-sound fitted format, and these 2 will arrive this autumn. Time for some steam now, and we welcome the return of the Stanier 5MT, the Black 5. First we have a pair in LMS Line Black, starting with number 5000, a locomotive which now forms part of the National Collection. With domeless boilers and riveted tenders, number 5000 is joined by classmate 5004. Next is another preserved example, and number 45407, the Lancashire Fusilier. Presented in current condition, 45407 is a regular mainline performer, often hauling the famous Jacobite train, making this an ideal companion to our recent West Coast Railways Mark 1 coaches. Another Black 5 carrying the BR Early Crest is number 45247, this time in Era 4 condition. For the late BR era, we have 45195, with welded tender and carrying BR lined black with late crest. alongside which is number 45198 in similar condition. The Class 158 diesel multiple unit will be the next all-new tooling model to join the Graham Farish range, and with development of this impressive new model now complete, it's time to add further versions to the two previously announced models. First of all, we are delighted to unveil sound-fitted variants of those two models, number 158849 in Regional Railways livery, and number 158711 in the colours of ScotRail Saltire. Like all of our Class 158s this autumn, both are two-car units. Next we have the vibrant green livery of Central Trains as carried by set number 158856. The green theme continues as we welcome 158766 to the range in GWR green, and completing the lineup for now is 158844 in Northern livery. The real Class 158s are popular, enduring prototypes, and we're sure these new Graham Farish models will be too. The highly detailed body shells are fitted with tinted glazing, and these sit on chassis adorned with a full complement of underframe gear, engines, exhausts, battery boxes and other ancillary equipment. The interior features tables, chairs and even has etched luggage racks, all made visible thanks to the interior lights. The low-level drive mechanism is powered by a cordless motor, whilst the Next18 DCC interface is accessed via a removable panel in the chassis, and a single decoder is required for the two-car unit thanks to the conductive couplings fitted between the two vehicles. All models are supplied with a speaker pre-fitted, and in sound-fitted examples this is joined by a Zemo sound decoder to provide authentic sound effects on both analog and DCC straight out of the box. Moving on to rolling stock, and a further BR Mark 1 brake second corridor joins the Mark 1s announced in the summer, finished as Laboratory 11 in the revised colour scheme of the Railway Technical Centre. Following those Mark 1 coaches and the Mark 2Fs announced last time, we turn our attention to pre-nationalisation subjects this autumn and welcome back the LNER Thompson coaches. Decorated in the stunning teak effect livery are two first corridors, two composite corridors, two third corridors, and a pair of brake third corridors. Joining the Graham Farish range for the first time is the Thompson full brake, completing this fleet of teak effect models. Following nationalisation, the Thompsons were repainted into British Railways Crimson and Cream livery, and in this livery we again have a pair of first corridors, two composite corridors, two third corridors, and a pair of brake third corridors. The full brake is produced in Crimson and Cream to add further variation to either passenger or parcels trains. Completing the Thompson lineup this autumn, we have a collection of models finished in BR Maroon livery, and here we present a pair of first corridor vehicles, along with two composite corridors. In 1956, BR did away with third class seating, and so next we have two second corridors, along with a pair of brake second corridors. The full brake is produced in BR Maroon livery too, whilst rounding off our new announcements for today is this Thompson full brake in BR Blue livery. Well, that's all for today folks. With a great variety of new releases across our ranges, we hope there's something for everyone this autumn. With many of these new items arriving in stores during August, be sure to contact your local Bachmann stockist to secure anything that you desire. You can find your nearest stockist on our website at bachmann.co.uk. We'll see some of you at the Bachmann Collectors Club Members Day at the start of September at the North Norfolk Railway, and we look forward to seeing you again later in the year for our next British Railway announcements. Please like and share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel to ensure you don't miss any of our videos. Until next time, goodbye.